Alright guys, what's going on? It's your boy Eisen back with another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And today we're going to be taking a look at the newly released Dokkan Fest Master Roshi. And also the Bunny Bulma that's going to be on his banner. I have not looked at their animations yet, so we're going to go ahead and reset the video. Let's go ahead and take a look at the animations to begin with. I like the music is very funny. Ah, that's a nice little goofy one for Bulma. Not bad. Nothing crazy though. Digging the music. So that was his intro animation. It's alright. His super attack animation is pretty cool. They have nice choreography in there. I think this is his active skill. I like the little cutscenes on there. And then he has a unit super attack. Pretty solid, pretty solid. He also has a unit super attack with Bulma. Oh yeah. That's what I like to see, Roshi. Okay, not bad. I really like the Bulma super attack. Other than that, they weren't too crazy, but I did especially like the Bulma super attack. We don't have a translation on Bulma's kit yet, but we do have a rough translation for Roshi, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. So for Master Roshi, the leader skill is Pepe Gals 200% out of the gate, which is a new leader skill meta, because this is not something that we had before. And then he gives Turtle School or DB Saga's Ki plus 3 170%. And an additional 30% to allies that are in Bond of Master and Disciple and Kamehameha as well. I do believe that the 200% to Pepe Gals is restricted to them, so if they're getting the 200%, they will not be getting the rest of it, obviously. But that is indeed how that is going to be working. His initial super attack just raises his attack and defense for 1 turn and does immense damage, nothing crazy. His unit super attack condition is that your ally needs to have either Goku or Krillin Youth on the same turn, and with that he will stack attack for stack attack infinitely and greatly raise defense for 1 turn, causing immense damage and a high chance to stun. His second super attack is with Bulma, in which he will also stack attack and greatly raise defense for 1 turn, cause immense damage, and have a great chance to stun. So the main thing that's the difference is he will stack attack with his unit supers, and if he has Bulma, he has a higher chance to stun. That seems to be the only difference in his super attacks. Then, taking a look at his passive, he has, when his intro animation plays, he reduces damage received by 30% for 7 turns. That's pretty good. He has 150% attack and defense start a turn. Gets an additional Ki plus 3 and 20% damage reduction, and then another 150% attack and defense when doing a super attack. And launches an additional super attack when there's 2 or more Turtle School category allies on the team other than him. That's very solid second part of his passive. That puts him at 50% DR right there. And a multiplicative 150% defense. He gets an additional 82% attack and defense start a turn for each Pepe Gal category attacking in the same turn. So ideally you want to have at least one of those with him, and he'll get a lot of value out of that. If he gets a double rotation of that, that'll also be very good. He has an additional 82% attack and a high chance of performing a crit if there's an ally whose name includes Bulma on the same turn. Okay, that's pretty good. A lot of multiplicative attack right there. Pepe Gals or Turtle School category allies will also get 50% support. This all looks pretty good. However, because he's a super attack mechanic, he's going to need somebody to go slot 1 for him. And that's not something that he really has with the restrictions that he currently has, so that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. The only one he really has to work with is LR Bulma, who is starting to show some age, maybe the new Bulma can go slot 1 for him, but we'll see about that when we get the kit info for her. Alright guys, we're hopping into the defense calcs here. We do already have his attack stat, or his defense stat put in here. Here's 11,750 defense, so that's what we have there. He will be on the 200% leader skill. Now, going based off of the rough translations that we do have, he has 150% attack and defense flat. That is it. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to add 2.5. For this one, we're going to assume that there is 0 Peppy Gals, because that will change the calca, but we will also provide calculations for if you were having Peppy Gals, whether it's 1 or 2. So he has this. We're giving him 37% defense here, as we're assuming that he's 7 out of 7. So his pre-super defense, he's looking at 201k with 50% DR. That is not very good to begin with. And he does also get 150% defense on super attack, which is going to be this. And then he gets an additional 30% defense from his SA mechanic right here. So on a normal non-unit super, he'll get 30% defense right there. And he's also getting 150% defense from this right here. So considering all of those factors, he's looking at 653k defense. Now let's start tweaking around the factors a little bit. Let's say this is his unit super. So this is with his unit super. And with the unit super, you're looking at 50% defense, which will put him at there. Then we're going to tweak around a little bit more. We're going to start assuming that he is with at least 1 Peppy Gal with a unit super. In which case, when he does have a Peppy Gal, his initial passive right here goes up. So we'll add point, I believe it's 82. Yeah, he gets 82% more defense. So we're still going to assume that he is unsupported. And we will edit this in here. That will put him up to 1,000,000 defense. So when he's basically at 50% DR with these stats for the 7 turns. And then for the final calculation, we're going to assume that he has 2 Peppy Gals units. And for that, we just need to go in here and add another +2. Go. And that will put him at 1.2 million defense with 50%. That is not very good. And then for the final thing, we're going to assume active skill turn. Active skill, 7 out of 7. 37% defense from his links. 1 Peppy Gal, and an Ultra Super. That's what we're going to assume for the very final calculation. In which case, all we have to do is just add a 1.3 here. And on his active turn, with all of these things active, he'd be looking at 1.6 million defense. It's not bad, but not enough with the DR that he has. Not enough with the DR that he has in the slightest. Now, we're going to do all the same calculations. However, we're going to say that he only has 7% of his defense, because realistically speaking, that's what you're going to be getting, is around 7% defense from his links. So we're going to edit this here, because now he is not getting 7 out of 7, so he's just getting 7% defense. And we're going to edit that here as well. Oh, did not mean to do that. Alright, so now the only thing that we need to change is go to his links and then we're just going to copy that, paste that here, and this is what his realistic defense numbers are going to be looking like. So unsupported without his Ultra Super, no Peppy Gals, he's at 510k. When he is with his Ultra Super, he's at 589. 1 Peppy Gal pushes him to 782, another one pushes him to 975, and then 1.2 million on the active turn. Overall, guys, these defense numbers are not looking very good at all for the boy, but these are based on rough translation, so take them with a grain of salt. And with that being said, this is your boy Aizen DBL, signing out.